Hey there, meet BlueBoy. He lives in the US and just got his travel life together. Passport, tiny travel-sized shampoo bottles he'll never use, 3 hoodies for no reason, and way too many socks. Also, ever since he binge-watched a geography YouTuber who did handstands in 50 countries, he's been obsessed with seeing the world. Now it's finally happening. His first trip ever. He's flying to Germany for sausages, Vietnam for street food, and Tuvalu. Well, nobody really knows why Tuvalu. Not even him. But hey, it sounds exotic and cool. So, BlueBoy packs up his dreams and snacks, hops on a plane, lands in Europe like a champ, and heads straight to a currency exchange booth. Then boom, confusion hits. In Germany, $1 equals 0.90 euros. In Vietnam, that same dollar is worth 25,000 dong. In Japan, roughly 150 yen. BlueBoy stares at the numbers like he just saw his GPA after finals. What kind of sorcery is this? Why can't money just be equal? A dollar is a dollar, right? Great question. Let's break it down step by step. Back in the day, money was tied to gold. Literally, $1 equaled a fixed amount of gold. So if 2 countries used gold-based money, exchange rates stayed pretty stable. Everyone trusted the system because, well, gold is shiny and people love shiny things. But then came wars, economic disasters, and governments being like, gold is heavy and inconvenient. Let's just make our money imaginary. Welcome to the fiat system, also known as money only works because people believe it works. Sounds fake? Kind of, but it runs the entire world economy. Now, since money isn't backed by gold anymore, its value is determined by something else. Supply and demand. Just like sneakers or game consoles. If lots of people want a currency, its value goes up. If nobody wants it, it drops faster than BlueBoy's grades after summer break. So what makes people want a currency? Let's go over a few key things. And don't worry, we'll keep it simple. 1. Inflation. Imagine this. BlueBoy has $10 and buys 2 loaves of bread. Next year, he still has $10, but bread costs $10 per loaf. That's inflation. When a country prints too much money or loses control of its economy, people lose faith in the currency. Nobody wants to hold on to something that loses value daily. Example, Zimbabwe. In the 80s, their dollar was stronger than the US dollar. Then came printing sprees, corruption, sanctions. Boom. $1 equals hundreds of thousands of Zimbabwean dollars. Eventually, people said no thanks and started using US dollars instead. 2. Interest rates. Imagine a bank says, "Give us your money and we'll give you 5% back every year." Sound great, right? But what if another bank says, "Give us your money and we'll give you 10%. You'd probably go with the second one. That's how countries attract foreign investors. High interest rates mean higher returns, which means people buy that currency to invest. More demand equals stronger currency. But here's the downside. Higher interest rates make it expensive for locals to borrow money to buy homes or start businesses. So central banks try to balance it. Raise too much and you hurt your economy. Lower too much and investors run away. 3. Foreign investment and political stability. Would you invest your money in a country where the rules change every Tuesday? Nope. When a country is stable, with consistent laws and low corruption, foreign businesses feel safer. But to invest, they need that country's currency. So more investment means more demand, which means stronger currency. Example: China in the late 70s opened its market to the world. Investors rushed in to build factories and pay workers. They had to buy Chinese yuan. Result: the yuan got stronger. For exports and imports, let's say Japan exports cars. A lot of them. To buy those cars, other countries need Japanese yen. So demand for yen goes up, which makes the yen stronger. Now say Japan imports oil from Australia. They need Australian dollars to pay. That increases demand for AUD. The more a country exports, the more people need its currency. The more it imports, the more it needs other currencies. That's why countries aim to export more than they import. 5. Peg currencies. Some countries say, managing a currency is hard. Let's just copy someone else. And they do. They peg their currency to another, like the US dollar. Brunei pegs its currency 1-to-1 with the Singapore dollar. So both move together like twins. It keeps things stable, but also risky. If the US economy falls, Brunei feels it too. Now BlueBoy is thinking, why don't we just use one currency for the whole world? Cool idea, but big problems. Look at the Eurozone. One currency, many countries. Convenient for travel, but dangerous in crisis. When Greece had a financial meltdown in 2009, it affected everyone else using the euro. If the whole world used one currency, one country screw-up could crash everything. Not ideal. Now, final question from BlueBoy. Should we make our currency as strong as possible? Not really. A strong currency makes imports cheaper, but it also makes exports more expensive, so other countries don't want to buy your stuff. Countries like China sometimes weaken their currency on purpose to stay competitive. This is called devaluation, but that's a whole other video. So in conclusion, currencies have different values because they reflect each country's economy. How much people want the money, how stable the country is, how much they export, what interest rates they offer, and how they manage inflation. It's not random. It's global economics. If you want me to explain more of this stuff, hit like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.